My name is Eric Daniel, and I actually am starting a new program called Awesome Community Table. Basically what we do is we go in to serve 2 to 8 people. Those 2 to 8 people come together, friends, family, people you know but don't know really well and like to get to know them better, all coming together to do a couple of things. 1, have a great meal. 2 is going to be coming back to have a sense of community back in the neighborhood. And of course 3, the most important thing to me, is giving back to the community. Of course, because the portion of the proceeds will actually go back to the community to help those that are a little bit less fortunate than us. What we want to do is go into these local food pantries and go into the local churches and say, hey, what do you need? And let them tell us what their actual needs are versus just giving them a check and saying, hey, let's hope this Band-Aid works. Let's actually fix that local cause. What community means to me is kind of with the motto that I grew up with. There's no such thing as strangers, only friends I haven't met yet. My mom instilled that into my head for the longest time, and she also used to tell me the best way to ever get to know anybody is when you feed them, because they'll like you for it, and they'll put their guard down, they'll open up to you. Next thing you know, you've got a neighbor that has a need that you could possibly help fill. Growing up, my mom worked 2 jobs. She was a chef in the early 80s, before the fancy pots and pans and the TV shows and the glitz and the glamour. So she didn't make much money, especially being a female in her field. A lot of times, I remember growing up more times than not, I used to look at my mom and say, Mom, are you gonna have some of this? She'd go, I'll have a bite or so. I'm not really hungry. Age of 16, a series of events happened in my life where I actually had ran away. I ran away because things were so hard. My mom, I thought it would be easier for her if I wish she wasn't there. So I ran away. I found myself later on homeless. One of the things I vowed is that I wasn't, if I can help somebody not go through those things that I had went through. And it all started with me and the reason why I left, because I felt like I was being a burden because Mom couldn't afford me. Wanted to make sure that Mom could go to the church, pick up that extra bunch of groceries, take it home, and be able to eat with her kids or her son or her daughter, and that way their son and daughter thinks everything's great. And it is better because Mom is sitting down eating with the kids. They don't feel as an inconvenience or a burden. It's that family that's fighting to stay above water that I'm really trying to be that coach on the side, or that person on the side that gives them a little bit of hope. What a lot of people sometimes don't realize when they come to Awesome Community Table, because I think it kind of gets shuffled back in the back sometimes, you're helping people. That's the awesome part, is you don't even know it, but you're helping put needs into people's hand who need. I think that a lot of people these days feel so distant. They feel like they're not welcome. They feel like they're not a part of something. The great thing about Awesome Community Table is you can come be part of something that's bigger than you even, and that you can meet new people, new connections, new friends, and you can come every time you eat a meal with us. You can know that not only are you doing all this stuff to help you get plugged in, to help you find your spot, but you're also helping somebody who was just sitting in that same spot as you that can't get out of that chair because they feel like there's no hope. If I had to say one thing about Awesome Community, it's A.C.T. It's act. Do something about it. Don't just sit in your chair and think, oh well, it'll happen one day. There's an opportunity. It's A.C.T. act. If my beacon is with food to get people to come to open up and tell us what the needs are that they have, or a friend or a family member about what needs they have, that's what Awesome Community, that's what community to me is about, is being able to know your neighbor and do for them as you would want done for you. I mean, it's only our golden rule, so why not follow it?